Hi everyone. I hope you can hear me, you can see me. As you may see, today I am exhausted. So I'm like this because we have been this 3-4 days with this group of 25 people, and well, even if we have been working beautifully and we have been we have enjoyed everything that we have done and everything. I should say that I'm really tired because I was used to be alone in this past months. so that's why just 3 days got me exhausted. So of course that what we have been doing here was also explaining, working with them, and going to the pyramids and working with the energy. But also I have been every day trying to keep doing it not only with them but also with you. So doing the transmissions and writing the blog, and I was doing all at the same time. So that got me exhausted. So if you see this face today, yes, today I am tired. This is the day that I can say I am really tired. And also besides the work, I have been running all the time because I came to the room only to write or to sleep, and then work, and then going around everywhere. So I have a complete mess in my room right now, and that it's the opposite to Virgo, my room right now, and I'm kind of nervous about that. But anyway, I will organize tomorrow. And one other thing is that without the eyes, without the glasses, I'm not able to see anything today. So you will see my reflection. So anyway, so today we start with the physical body, the physical aspect of which is this week, connected to the crown chakra. So today's issue that I wrote down, I did it very late, so I don't know if you were able to read it, but it's about birthing, the birth. So today, with the crown chakra in the physical body, we have to discuss about kind of the physical complementary aspect of death that we have been talking about. So one of the things that we have been working with all this week was about the patterns of the waves, the vibration, the frequency, and how it is moving. It is moving like positive, negative, so like a wave pushing the creation of the whole universe. So according to this vibration, one of the aspects of the physical wave is that we also die and born. So the whole wave of vibration would be the eternal life. So basically what this means is that the universe is a constant. There's no end and beginning in the universe. It's like a constant wave. So there's a whole life the universe is constantly expressing, vibrating, and these vibrations are the ones that we in concept divide in death and life, death and life. But it's all one. There is no death and life as a beginning and an end. That doesn't exist. It's just a perception that we have. So basically, what this means is that nobody really dies. Nobody really is born, but everything is constantly transforming itself. So one of the ideas that we usually have is that when we die, we go back somewhere where we retire or where we go to vacations like holidays, and then we come back. But that's not like that. So acknowledging that the universe is like an ocean, so this ocean will have waves, and the waves are constant. The waves doesn't end, and they finish, and that's it. And they start again somewhere else. No. What really happens is that the waves break in the shore constantly, once and again, never ending. So this is exactly how the universe works. When you die, the process of dying in this reality is the process of being born in another reality. The process of dying in that other reality is the process of born in a new reality. So basically, we have organized the universe in such a way that we would say, when we die, we go to rest, and then we take action when we start a new life. But it's not like that. When we find the resting process during the process of harmony, and that goes through life and death, it's constantly. So the waves of harmony gives us rest. The waves of disharmony gives us work, action. So why the disharmony process is the action process? Because when we take action, it's because we are looking for a new point of harmony where to rest. So the process of harmony is the one that helps me to know that I ended a process, I accomplished a cycle, so I can be in harmony, resting. So there's a lot of people that when they die, they are in disharmony. So what happens to them is that they keep inaction after death. So this is why we cannot relate death and life as a process of action and rest. Action and rest are related with which balance and harmony do I have during the process of life and death. So for example, all the people that we used to call ghosts are people that they died in disharmony, so they are keeping the action being born in a new reality. So this helps us to understand that the process in the universe is not divided in death and then a process of nothing, and then we decide to be born again. The process is a constant, so it doesn't matter to which dimension you go. The door, we can call it the door between each one of them, we can call it death and being born at the same time. So this is why we also can understand that it happens through all the dimensions. So someone from the fifth dimension can also die and goes to the sixth dimension, being born in the sixth dimension. And somebody from the sixth dimension can die in the sixth dimension and be born in the fifth dimension. So the process would be different. There would be many differences in how it happens, but the concept itself would be mostly the same, to be born and die at the same time. So when we are born in this reality as humans, we may call this as a spiritual death. So this means that a part of us that was living in the fifth dimension or the fourth dimension had to die in order for us to be born in the third dimension. So, for example, the processes are different because someone that dies in the fifth dimension, for example, where everything is clear, they don't die by a heart attack. Someone in the fifth dimension would die because the master that knows everything suddenly realized that he doesn't know everything, that there were some missing links that he couldn't get. So suddenly that's the death of the master. So the master has to become the student to understand that thing that he missed. So that's why the master is alive in the third dimension, in order to experience and to assimilate that knowledge to become a master again in the fifth dimension. So this would explain that the reincarnation process is the reincarnation process is like a process of it's a constant process. It's not just for the third dimension. So the concept of reincarnation would be like the concept of adapting to new dimensions. So sometimes we used to believe that a human just dies and its soul goes to some place on holidays to rest because of life. And then that soul, she decides to come back again as a human. But no, it's not like that. Sorry. So basically, this is not related with the concept of a human culture. This is related more with an electrical pulses, electricity. So basically, what this means is that when we die, when we express into other dimensions, we expand through electricity, like an expansion of electricity conduction. So basically, what this means is that when we die, the energy that makes us exist, it just expands in the environment, and it just go by electricity and resonance to the trees, to animals, other plants. So basically it means that when you die, there are aspects of you that they just are born at the same time in things that you have around you. So they start to record information for the spirit, but in different shapes. So as we can feel that happens in our environment, it also happens through dimensions. So this is why we could say that a part of us goes to what we could call the heaven, which is the fifth dimension, for example. But just picture this, that this continuous of energy is just a wave. And this is why that wave is called to be born, to die, to be born, to die. So the consciousness, when you die, doesn't go and holds to the soul. The consciousness expands in the soul. So basically, the soul doesn't catch all the consciousness. It just tries to expand. Remember that soul is movement of energy. It's not something that you can hold. It's an expansion of energy. So when you die, your consciousness is not whole in one soul. It expands in many. So we have to acknowledge with this that the spirit is something that eternally is being born in different shapes. So in order to accept that rebirthing, we have to accept the process of death. So we used to relate, we have been speaking about death because we used to relate death with the end of life. But from the perspective of the universe, death is the freedom of the soul, because it allows the soul to be reborn in a new shape. So sometimes also, when we start to remember many lives from other times, it's not exactly that those memories are ours. The energy that we bring, that we hold in our soul, is not specifically ours, because the soul has been expressing itself and expanding itself so many times that it took information from all over. So that's why we could also remember things that were not straight in our own experience, but they were around. So, for example, my soul can remember to be a tree, or for example, can remember to be Julius Caesar. And maybe I wasn't, of course, I wasn't Julius Caesar, but maybe I died close by him. So I just felt my soul capture the information of him, so I can also have the information of who he was, even if I wasn't specifically him. So this is why so many people remember to be important people in the past, because when you died in the past, you always had idols. So you always said, I would love to be like that person. So the information of your soul is mixed with that concept of that person. So your soul interprets that he or she is also that person. So also it doesn't matter, because the universe is just one. So we are all one. So it doesn't matter who you were and if you believe that you were this or that, because even if you weren't, you were, because the universe is only one in different shapes. So the reason why we have all these memories and all these concepts is because the spirit needed to live the experience. And this is something that I used to explain many times. Let's remember that spirit, soul, and body are three different aspects of the self, of the same being. Different aspects, but the same being. So remember this, as I always said, spirit is vibration, soul is energy, and body is matter. The three of them are the same thing in different frequencies, but it's the same thing. As we would say, all of this is water, but it expressed in liquid, in gas, and a solid. So the spirit expands in vibration and sees that everything is possible. But the spirit, in order to live, to experience that potentiality that he's seeing, needs to put an intention of energy to move forward. So that's the soul. So the energy of the soul will create the patterns that shape the matter and the different bodies. So the bodies will be the tools that helps the soul to perceive, to sense the different experiences. So basically, the spirit will be able to understand its own ideas through the energy of the soul by the experiences of the body. So if the spirit is like this ocean of vibration, inside this ocean we will have many currents of waves of energy that we will call many souls. And each one of the souls will have these patterns of life, death, life, death, life, death. So to picture this image, remember, the spirit is the ocean, the soul are the currents inside the ocean, and each one of the waves in the ocean will be life and death of different bodies. But everything is a continuous. It just transforms itself. This is why, in order for something to be born, something else must die. So picture this, that in order for a life to exist in this wave, it needs to come from a death down, and it goes to a death down again. So life and death is not like that. So to be born is what makes us remember that we are the expression of the spirit trying to experience the knowledge and the wisdom that it has within. So to be born is the beginning of a path of experience that the spirit has designed. The spirit doesn't look for enlightenment because the spirit is already enlightened. What is the spirit trying to do then? To try to experience that light. This is why it uses its own light in order to create. So this is why we have to remember that a spirit, an eternal spirit, decided to die in order to become us now, to experience in the limitations. So this is why the moment of being born is the specific moment that determines the energy with which we jump into life, the pulse of our life. So this is why today's question of the Virgo system for the crown chakra would be, how was your birth? So this is why the task for today is to acknowledge, to be aware of everything that you have lived during the process of being born. So if you don't remember it, you have to ask. And if you don't have anyone to ask, you have to meditate about it. We all maybe have been spoken about with our parents about our birth. And some of you, maybe, were adopted. Nobody spoke about this issue. I don't know. Each one is different. And if you don't know anything, acknowledge that. Like, no one ever told me how I was born. So the questions would be, I was in natural birth. I was born in a surgery. I was born in which context? I was abandoned. Nobody told me how it was. I just don't remember anything. But sometimes you may say the first thing that you may say is like, I don't remember. But no, you do remember. The problem is that nobody told you to talk about this. And your brain just said, nobody cares. So to remember and to understand the moment of birth helps me to understand the first pulse that pushed me in my life. So the people that had a difficult birth, for sure, they will struggle in the process of changes during your life. To understand the way in which we were born helps us to understand the way we live our lives today. So for example, just a tiny thing, I was born by a surgery and the doctor just took me out of my mom. I didn't push, didn't do anything. I was just there. And suddenly I just was looking around without crying, like, everyone's here. So that gave me the way of the concept of my life being so easy. I live very easy, and everything that I do just is easy. It comes very easy because I was born easy. I didn't make any effort to achieve my goals. I just said, there you go. I don't even cry. And I'm always trying to see if everyone is doing what they have to do. So when you picture your life, ask yourself how I was born. How was the process of being born that I can relate with my daily life? And for sure, some of you would say, I don't understand, I don't know what to do, just shut up your mind. And don't say, no, I don't know, before you just even think about it. This is a task of time. So to understand the first pulse of our life helps us to understand how we are living our lives. So this can help us to understand next. So basically, this helps us by understand that in the next change that I will have in my life, the next rebirthing that I will have during the process of my life, for sure will be exactly the same, with the same energy of my birth. So acknowledging this, what I can do is to reprogram my new birthing. When I recognize from where the things are coming from, I take power from the things that happen. And this is how I can recognize that I am the only one to decide how I want to live my new life. So that's the task, to write down everything that you know or you remember from your birthing. So let's go to the alignment. So today vibration is Sa. The statement for today is I am a grid of ideas. The code for today is the soul pattern Fa. Fa. And it says, slowly but surely, energy expands in an incessant flow. The universe is an ocean that evaporates, turning into gaseous states, forming clouds that travel through the air, condensing into rain, unique raindrops that fall over mountains and plains, and into snow, each one unique and unrepeatable, densifying into ice until it melts and flows on streams and rivers back into the ocean. The Fa is the sound of that journey, the breath of our cyclic history in constant transformation. Sit comfortable. So start to focus in your physical body and massage your body. I start to caress the body, massaging the body, giving thanks to it for allowing me to be here and now. Stretch the body and yawn. I relax the body. I let the weight fall down. I focus on my breathing. Take a deep breath. And with your imagination, go with the oxygen through your nose towards the lungs, heart, blood, organs, and muscles. Take a deep breath and be aware of the heat within your body. As you realize that this body is made with thousands and billions of cells. Observe the cells. I observe the big grid of beings that create my body. I become aware of just one of those cells, the one that calls my attention, the most beautiful cell that I can see within my body, surrounded by thousands of other cells. Take a deep breath and feel the cell closer to you, and with your hands caress the cell, the sphere. I observe within the cell and recognize inside of it all the chemical elements that holds and create the information of who I am. They designed my life. This is a mother cell where I can find all the information of who I am here and now. Take a deep breath and dive inside the cell. Feel it bigger around you as you go inside of it, feeling the cell all around you. Take a deep breath and feel how you float inside the cytoplasm. Feel yourself surrounded by the chromosomes, made of all these strips of DNA, built with all the chemicals that are the books of my life. As I go deeper and deeper, I feel the strips of the DNA, the helix, all in between my fingers and around my body. I perceive the codes that created my life. I become aware that these are the books, the designs that my spirit has programmed for me to live, for me to experience. I recognize that inside the cell, every word of my life is written. I feel now. I recognize that this is a mother cell, and now it's my mother. So I recognize that I am inside an egg cell, an ovulus. I become aware of this ovary cell. Take a deep breath. Take a look above your head and look outside the cell and perceive the light of the I Am coming towards you, descending to your body in a spiral shape, in the form of an spermatozoid cell. Take a deep breath, and I allow me to feel the moment when this spermatozoid starts to go inside the cell through the crown. At the moment when I feel the spermatozoid getting inside the crown, I feel how the light of the I Am starts to shine all around the cell, expanding its light, changing the magnetism, the pulse, and lighting the cell. Take a deep breath and allow the spermatozoid to come through the crown, bringing the I Am, the seed of life, through the third eye, the throat, heart, plexus, and from there its light irradiate to the sacrum, root, knees and feet. Take a deep breath and feel how the light of the I Am starts to divide the cell in two. One here in me, called the I, and the other one in front of me, named the I am. Meiosis, mitosis. Take a deep breath, and I start to expand the life, the creation. Take deep breath and become aware of the expansion of the self, of the I am in the cell. So they multiply. 4, 8, 16, and so on, constantly towards every direction of time and space. I start to expand as I create my body. The greed of ideas that the spirit has manifest in my body. With the sound, I start to create this greed, expanding and creating each one of my organs. Now, from this new reality, my new self, from the I am. I keep pronouncing the sound once and again. As you pronounce the sound, feel how the I am starts to expand, creating the heart, lungs, intestines, stomach, liver, pancreas, thymus, thyroid, brain, nerves, bones. I feel the whole body being created by the I am. I observe my arms and hands, feet and legs, my head floating in the womb of my mother. And it's in this moment where I decide to be born, fully aware. Being born begins. Giving birth begins. I start to feel my crown starting to go outside the body of my mother. I focus in the intensity of my breath. I feel the light outside irradiating the light of my crown. I am the grid of ideas. I am the grid of ideas. I am the grid of ideas. Take a deep breath and bring my hands to my heart. As I take a deep breath, I become fully aware that the grid of ideas that my I am has designed for me are being recreated for me to be born again into a new now and here. I am ready to be born into a new idea of myself. Take a deep breath. With this light in my crown, I start to move my body, stretch the body, very soft, caressing and yawning. And each one at its own time, come back here and now, opening your eyes. So, like this begins the process of being reborn. 10 days of process. Cada día saldremos un poco más. Each day we will go a little bit more outside. So, as always, drink a lot of water and rest a lot, as I am going to do, like a baby. See you tomorrow at the same time for the third eye. Bye.